What were we thinking?
I don't know.
We did it again.
What is up, everyone? This is ReviewIt. I'm James.
And I'm Kelly.
And today we are starting a new series called Flashback Friday. And for the first one ever, we are doing Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, alright. So, if you followed along last year, you'll know that I hated this movie. This was the first review of the year, and it actually ended up making it into my top 5 worst. It was just behind movie 43, which is the perfect place it deserves, because this is a horrible movie. With Flashback Friday, we're going to talk about this movie. We basically go back and rewatch it, and we will give an update on our thoughts. It's not necessarily a review, it's more just like, is it worse than the first time we saw it, or is it better? It's like a second opinion.
It's not better.
In short, yeah, it's worse, probably. Or it's like right at the same. Let me just say real quick that this is a very spoiler-heavy discussion of this movie. It's not a review, but it's a very spoiler-heavy discussion. So if you haven't seen the movie right now, you really don't need to.
Don't waste your time.
But hey, if you haven't and you want to, don't watch this video. Come back and watch it later after you see the movie.
Alright, so first issue with this movie. It is full of cliches.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, first, if you have not watched our cliche video, stop this video right now and go watch our cliche video and then come back. Because the cliche video tells you all the horror movie cliches that we get tired of seeing.
Pretty much.
This movie is full of them.
Yeah.
One, she is running through the yard away from Leatherface and trips over nothing, has to drag herself, and then she starts limping when she gets up. This happens in every scary movie. It's like, can we stop doing this? She opens a door, sees some stairs. Instead of running outside, she goes down the stairs. Down the stairs, not up them. She sees the killer. She's running out the front door, sees stairs, falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
Just jump over them. They're not that many stairs.
I mean, props to going out the front door like nobody else, but come on. You trip downstairs? Downstairs? What?
Come on. Okay.
And she gets up and she's limping. And from there, it's just one stupid move after the other. She just gets progressively stupid.
She falls over a fence.
Oh,
she tries to jump over the fence with her messed up leg and falls over it. It's like...
Followed by her trying to hide in a coffin as the killer is running towards her and looking at her. She decides her best move is to go down and hide in a coffin. What?
Not to mention, this... with the cliches we're talking about, it's full of cliche characters.
Oh,
you have a slut, you have a guy that cheats, you have a main character that you expect to be the person that lives at the end. You have your guy that you really know nothing about. He's just the guy there to die first.
He's the hitchhiker.
I mean, it's cliche cast, which is just even more irritating than the normal cliches.
This movie is pretty much the epitome of what Cabin in the Woods made fun of.
Exactly.
This movie is everything that Cabin in the Woods said is wrong, is stupid, and I mean, it's like, even after Cabin in the Woods came out, how are movies like this still going on? How do people not pick up on the fact that, wow, scary movies have become really stupid recently? Cabin in the Woods showed us that.
But they have to try to make their point, their final stand-up, because we're going to pay the money to go watch them because we're idiots. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. One thing that really bugs us about this movie is that in most slasher movies like this, you're supposed to be scared of the killer, am I right?
Absolutely.
Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers. When in any of those movies did they try to make you like them? Except for Freddy versus Jason. They tried to make you get on Jason's side at one point, which is
which is just weird.
But this is the same kind of thing. This movie tries to make you feel sorry for Leatherface, and it even tries to make you root for him towards the end. They screwed up a bit. A guy that kills people, cuts their face off, and sews it onto his own face as a mask.
And they show this at one point.
Yeah, they do. And they try to make this guy good. I don't understand that.
Just think about it for a second.
Yeah, just process all that.
It didn't work. Alright, next thing that we hated about this movie was a combination of the dumb characters with the bad acting. First of all, the characters in this are just stupid. They fall over the stupidest things. They flip. There's a scene where they're trying to get away from Leatherface, and they could have gotten away. They could have been driving on into another town by now. They run into the gate, because this guy's like, oh, buckle your seatbelts, we're going straight through it. Let's do this thing, because we are Superman. No. Tries to run through the gate, the car dies, of course. Then they get out of the gate.
They hit the gate, they stop, the car dies. They try to give you a really tense moment where they end up getting the car fixed and they drive through the gate. They drive about maybe 100 feet down the road and then the car, literally, you see the car from Leatherface's point of view almost. The car is driving and it just flips.
And Leatherface is just standing there like, okay, well, this is easy. Got one of them at least.
Yeah, and then we go to the car and the guy who was driving is dead, gladly, because he was probably the stupidest guy in this movie. One of the stupidest at least. And then the two girls in the back seat, they decided instead of getting out of the car and running, we're going to sit right here and hope that he doesn't see us. Keep in mind, Leatherface just watched this happen, so he can see that they're still in there.
They're just asking to be killed.
Right.
This entire movie is a bunch of bad, dumb characters asking to be killed. You got this with the acting as well. The acting was terrible. The main girl is the girl that comes in Percy Jackson, and I had high hopes for her from that. I don't know if James did, but I enjoyed her in Percy Jackson. She is in this movie. It's just like, well, there went your career.
Exactly.
It was horrible. She did a horrible job. I can't even talk about it because it's so aggravating. You have a cop in here that is like this run-of-the-mill, I'm really cute, I'm this just awesome cop, I can carry a gun.
Now, the cop is terrible. He's just there. He's just a stand-in, and at the end he turns out to be a bad guy of some sort because Leatherface wasn't a bad guy already.
Of course not.
No, of course not.
We need two bad guys and not know which one to go for.
Yeah. What? They try to make it clear who you're supposed to go for, but Leatherface is not the good choice.
You cannot just logically sit here and think, I'm going for Leatherface.
Yeah, seriously.
You can't do that, which makes this movie very difficult to watch.
Yeah, the biggest problem with this movie, or at least for me, is the time paradox. Now, the original movie, we can say that it takes place in the 70s based on the clothes that they were wearing and the surroundings in general. Well, this movie picks up right from the end of it. So it starts 75. We're just going to say 75. And the main character is a baby at this point. Well, the movie zooms forward to where she looks as if she's, 23?
23, something
So, going off of 23, that would put us in 1998. Am I correct? Is my math correct?
It sounds correct.
Okay. Well, forgive me if I'm wrong, but in 98, did we have iPhones?
This is an iPhone.
Yeah.
It's 2014.
Yeah.
And I have an iPhone.
Yeah. Did you have one in 1998?
I had a flip phone, I think. I don't even know if I had a phone in 1998.
I was 3, so I didn't have a phone. But
come on. A little bit older than that.
Come on. 1990. We're just going to have to go off the fact that this movie takes place in 1998. And there's a cop in the movie at one point walking through the house or whatever, and he's using an iPhone with FaceTime. Now, you can point out to me, or us, that, wait a minute, hey, it takes place in 2012. Look at the tombstone at the end of the movie. Okay, well, here's my counter to that. If it takes place in 2012, wouldn't that mean that the main character is like 40?
And old, and she doesn't have college friends.
Right.
And all this partying.
Right. Does she look 40?
Just look at a picture if you haven't watched the movie.
Yeah.
She ain't 40. Just
she
saying.
don't look 40. So, basically, what that comes to is whoever wrote this movie. I don't remember the script writers, but they screwed up a bit.
What are you thinking?
They missed a little small detail about the time.
A small detail
I don't understand it. Has Botox really improved that much? To the point
Either
where
way,
you can make a
Botox
40-year-old?
probably would not be that good in 1998.
Probably not.
They have FaceTime.
Yeah.
He was able to use
That
FaceTime.
was a pretty big deal back in 1998. What? They screwed up a bit.
What are you thinking?
Alright, so we've talked as much about this movie as we can. We hate this movie. It's worse than when we first saw it last year.
It's just irritating now because we had to watch it again.
Yeah. This is what we do for you. Please enjoy it. Okay, so... Oh yeah, it's bad. Don't watch it. You can go watch it on like Netflix or something, but honestly, do you really want to give up an hour and a half to watch a movie like that?
Serious? Nah.
Yeah, it's not good. That's it for us. I don't think I ever want to talk about this movie again, other than when the sequel comes out, because there's going to be a sequel, by the way. So when that comes out, we'll probably have to talk about it again. But until then, let's put this away. It is a flashback, which only lasts for a few minutes. We won't talk about it ever again until the sequel comes out. So, for the first Flashback Friday, that is all. This is Review It. I'm James.
I'm Kelly.
And we'll see you again.